Did you know that today is National Farmers Day? If you had a look at what you had for your breakfast or your lunch or what you're going to eat for supper tonight, I'm certain that it came as the result of the hard work of a farmer and their farm workers, unless, of course, you are the farm worker. Life for farmers is tough. It's one of the reasons that government, various agencies, the Land Bank, other groups, try and help farmers as much as they can. Matshela Seshibe is the CEO of Daybreak Farms. They produce chickens, millions of chickens, really. It's technically owned by the Public Investment Corporation. Matshela, good afternoon to you, and thank you for your time. How are you celebrating National Farmers Day?
Good afternoon, Stephen, and thanks for having me. We are celebrating Farmers Day through collaborations that we currently have with our contract growers. As a business, we have more than 1,300 contract growers across the country. They contribute around 80% of our business. So what we do, and just recently done, is to have a National Broiler Farmers Day wherein we celebrated and awarded some of our best farmers who are giving us the product of the best quality.
I think one of the things about farmers is that when we're eating our food, we forget about farmers. We just eat what they do, eat what they produce. How tough is it to be a farmer?
It's not easy. As you can imagine, farming is very much subject to the ravages directly of some of the key inputs that go into the economy, whether it is fuel prices, whether it is inflation, whether it is drought, whether it's labor instability. They are right at the beginning of the food chain. So we as Daybreak Farms, we are running an integrated business that starts all the way from getting day-old chicks up to the abattoirs wherein we produce final product that goes to the consumers. We recognize that challenge that our farmers face, and we collaborate with them as key stakeholders in various ways.
Do you think we give, as a society, as a South African society, do you think we give farmers enough support? I think farmers sometimes, I don't know, for various reasons, I don't know if we support them as much as we should.
Yeah, look, I think certainly we could do more. There's no doubt about that. And us in private industry, we do our bit. You probably know that there's a policy master plan that was crafted jointly between the industry and the ministry, the DTI, to ensure that throughout the value chain, everybody benefits right from the farm. If I can just give you some examples as to what we do as industry, particularly as Daybreak Farms, is that we identify farmers that qualify to join our programs of contract growers. We give them documentation. We sign documents with them to go to the bank, a letter of interest. They get funding to come and build their farms. Once they get into the system, we have got a dedicated and very deliberate way that we support them through managers that help them basically take their hands all the way through. And we give them chicken for free. Essentially, they are growing that chicken on our behalf and pay them for that effort. So we're doing as best as we can to remove the funding obstacles that some of the farmers have and let them concentrate on farming while we do the rest.
Matshela, I must ask you about a few things that have been happening around Daybreak Farms. And I'm sure you've seen the Sunday Times. I'm sure you've been reading it very early in the morning, reporting consistently that around 150 million rand was taken out of the company through a board member, that person was recommended to the board by someone from the Public Investment Corporation, and that it's money from the Public Investment Corporation has been stolen. And I must say, to be fair to you, sir, I think this all happened before you arrived at Daybreak Farms, and it involves the board. So it involves your boss, not you personally. But is this having an impact on your operations?
Absolutely not. One of the things that encouraged me to join the company actually is the sustainability and the fact that we have a very solid balance sheet that we have, and the passion of the people around us. You are right in saying that the issues that are referred to in the Sunday Times in the last 2 weekends issues that relate to PIC, the people that are alleged to have been appointed by the PIC. And my focus is not on that as CEO, so run the operations as best as I can through a dedicated group of people. You will be glad to hear that we have got 3,300 employees across the whole country who support more than 100,000 family members. We slaughter more than 1.5 million chicken, and that goes all the way back to the value chain. The company is solid. We are focused on running our business, and to the degree that doesn't involve us, we are letting the PIC and responsible people deal with those matters that are in the Sunday Times.
So you're running the group, you're running the company in a clean way. You can give us an assurance that you're not allowing any corruption. The operation that you're running is clean?
Certainly. That's part and parcel of why I joined this business. I'm a professional. I come from the private sector. When I looked at the potential of the business, I was highly, highly excited about where we could take it in this industry that is growing. And that is, I think, what me and my team are going to focus on. We are going to run a clean, professional operation that is free of any of the malfeasance that may or may not have taken place in the past.
There is another issue, and this may affect you. It's around the former CEO, Boaz Seruwe. Seruwe was fired. He's disputing that decision in court. And I checked this lunchtime. His LinkedIn account still says that he's the CEO of Daybreak Farms. But that's your position. Are you worried he could end up coming back?
Absolutely not. And I cannot comment about Mr. Seruwe's issues with the previous board. All I know is that I am the current and properly appointed CEO of Daybreak Farms. And my job is clear, to run a clean company operation sustainably that is going to benefit all the stakeholders. And I'm actually very, very grateful to all the board and the PIC for giving me this opportunity.
Matshela, Seshibe, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the fact that you were to talk about National Farmers Day, but that you still answered my questions. Thank you very much indeed.